believe I'll be able to get energy down to 50% of what it is right now within a period of less than a year.
Behind the tall iron gates of Bedford, New York, lies a world few ever see. It is a place where rolling green fields give way to marble staircases, where rustic meadows hide chandeliers and bowling alleys, and where one man's name, Donald Trump, stretches across every gilded surface. Imagine the rolling green hills of Bedford, New York, stretching out before you as you approach the iron gates of Seven Springs, Donald Trump's vast country estate. Beyond those gates lies not just a home, but a symbol of scale, ambition, and the kind of luxury that has followed Trump throughout his life. What greets you is a 45,000-square-foot mansion, a residence with 60 rooms, 3 swimming pools, a private bowling alley, and sprawling grounds that once inspired Trump's grand plan for a luxury golf resort. This retreat, tucked away in the quiet landscapes of Westchester County, reveals a side of Trump that goes beyond skyscrapers and gold-plated interiors, offering a glimpse of how the former president blends the spectacular with the personal. But before we explore the mansion's marble halls and manicured lawns, it's worth stepping back to understand the journey that brought Trump here. The story of a boy from Queens who transformed himself into a real estate tycoon, a media celebrity, and eventually the 45th President of the United States. Donald John Trump was born on June 14, 1946, in Queens, New York, into the household of Fred Trump, a successful real estate developer. Growing up in a family where buildings, tenants, and negotiations were everyday talk, young Donald was exposed early to the rhythms of business. His father specialized in middle-class rental housing across Brooklyn and Queens, but Donald saw a different stage for his ambitions: the glamour of Manhattan. After attending the Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania, he entered the family business in 1968 and soon began reshaping it in his own image. By 1971, he had taken control of what became the Trump Organization, and almost immediately, his focus shifted toward larger, bolder, and more visible projects. The 1970s and 1980s marked Trump's rise in New York. His renovation of the decaying Commodore Hotel into the Grand Hyatt in 1980 was a turning point, proving that he could breathe new life into failing landmarks. Soon after, he unveiled Trump Tower on Fifth Avenue, a glittering skyscraper of glass and gold that embodied his philosophy. Development was not just about real estate, but about branding, spectacle, and creating landmarks that doubled as symbols. Trump Tower quickly became a tourist attraction, a residence, and a global icon of his personal style. Opulent, audacious, and impossible to ignore. As his real estate empire grew, Trump stepped into the world of popular culture. In 2004, he became the face of The Apprentice, a reality TV show where his no-nonsense style and the catchphrase, "You're fired," captured the imagination of millions. For over a decade, the show cemented Trump's reputation not just as a businessman, but as a celebrity whose personality was as much an asset as his buildings. By the mid-2010s, Trump was as familiar to audiences for his television presence as for his real estate ventures. Then came the political leap. In 2015, Trump announced his candidacy for president, promising to make America great again. His outsider status, unfiltered rhetoric, and populist appeals resonated with large swaths of voters who felt alienated by the political establishment. Against all odds, he defeated Hillary Clinton in 2016 and became the 45th President of the United States. His term from 2017 to 2021 was among the most polarizing in American history, marked by tax reform, deregulation, 3 Supreme Court appointments, and a brash America First foreign policy. But it was also shaped by controversy: 2 impeachments, a sweeping investigation into Russian election interference, and the fallout from the January 6, 2021 attack on the Capitol after his claims of widespread election fraud in the 2020 race against Joe Biden. Even after leaving office, Trump refused to fade from the national stage. In 2024, he staged a political comeback, defeating Biden in a rematch and reclaiming the White House, becoming the first U.S. president since Grover Cleveland to serve non-consecutive terms. Today, in 2025, Trump remains both admired and vilified, but unquestionably central to American politics. Yet behind the headlines and speeches are the personal estates and properties that illustrate his enduring fascination with scale, wealth, and presentation. Seven Springs, the Bedford Ranch, offers one of the clearest windows into this side of Trump. Purchased in 1995 for $7.5 million, Seven Springs spans 1,600 acres of countryside, a rarity in New York. Walking inside the mansion, you are greeted with soaring ceilings, marble fireplaces, and wood-paneled walls reminiscent of a European chateau. The house boasts 15 bedrooms and 35 bathrooms, each one echoing Trump's vision of a residence that could double as a destination. The amenities are striking: 3 swimming pools, a bowling alley, a gym, and an expansive library. The grand staircase and crystal chandeliers emphasize old-world luxury, setting the estate apart from the sleek minimalism that defines modern celebrity mansions. Yet it is the outdoors that give Seven Springs its unique appeal. Terraces lead to rolling meadows, wooded trails, and tranquil lakes. A stone carriage house and several cottages dot the property, making it not only a residence, but a potential resort. Trump once dreamed of transforming the land into an 18-hole golf course with luxury villas, a plan that met resistance from local residents but left traces in the estate's open fields, which seemed tailor-made for fairways. Over the years, Seven Springs has hosted family gatherings, photo shoots, and even private political discussions. It is a space that blends rustic calm with Trump's trademark grandeur, a place where the idea of a cowboy ranch collides with the flair of a mogul. Seven Springs is a countryside escape. Trump's Manhattan penthouse is his Versailles in the sky. At the top of Trump Tower, his triplex apartment spans 11,000 square feet across 3 levels. From its perch above Fifth Avenue, the penthouse offers sweeping views of Central Park and the Manhattan skyline. But inside, the spectacle eclipses even the view. Gold leaf glistens on ceilings and moldings, Italian marble covers the floors, and ornate Corinthian columns stand as decorative anchors. The entrance foyer sets the stage with crystal chandeliers and a painted mural of Apollo, the sun god. A reminder that for Trump, his home is as much about mythology as about comfort. Each room continues the theme of opulence. The living room features velvet sofas, gilded chairs, and floor-to-ceiling windows. The dining room, with its banquet table and chandeliers, has hosted celebrities, executives, and dignitaries. The master suite combines silk draperies, vaulted ceilings, and chandeliers with a bathroom that boasts onyx countertops, crystal faucets, and a gold-plated jacuzzi. Even the children's rooms were once styled with lavish touches. For decades, this penthouse served as Trump's stage, appearing in interviews, magazine spreads, and campaign announcements, including his iconic 2015 escalator descent. To admirers, it symbolizes his ascent from a boy in Queens to Manhattan royalty. To critics, it represents excess and flamboyance. Either way, it is unforgettable. Trump's lifestyle extends beyond real estate into the realm of cars, where his collection reflects both extravagance and Americana. Among the jewels is the 2015 Rolls-Royce Phantom, valued at nearly $500,000. Its interior lined with leather, wood, and the kind of handcrafted detail that matches Trump's public persona. In contrast, his 1997 Lamborghini Diablo VT Roadster, with its scissor doors and roaring V12 engine, represents pure spectacle. A car designed to turn heads, much like its owner. Then there is the Chevrolet Camaro Indy 500 pace car, a nod to Trump's patriotic side, alongside the Mercedes-Benz SL 550 and Cadillac XLR-V, vehicles that combine performance with tradition. Perhaps most famous, however, is the Beast, the armored limousine used during his presidency, complete with bulletproof glass, run-flat tires, and even medical supplies matched to his blood type. Together, the collection mirrors the dual image of Trump as both showman and statesman. His air fleet pushes the theme even further. Trump owns several Sikorsky S-76 helicopters, stationed across his properties in New York, Florida, and Scotland, each outfitted with custom interiors. For medium-range travel, he has relied on the Cessna Citation X, one of the fastest private jets available. But the centerpiece is his Boeing 757, dubbed Trump Force One. Once a commercial jet for nearly 300 passengers, it was transformed into a luxury aircraft for just 43. With Rolls-Royce engines, leather seats, mahogany accents, gold-plated seatbelts, and crystal fixtures, the plane resembles a flying palace. Trump's private bedroom, complete with a full-size bed and gold sink, emphasizes the theatrical nature of the aircraft. Valued at around $100 million, it is as much a branding tool as a means of travel. A plane that announces an arrival before the passenger even steps off. The question of Trump's net worth has long been controversial. Estimates vary widely, but by 2025, consensus places it around $5 billion. At the heart of his wealth is the Trump Organization, valued at approximately $2.5 billion and encompassing properties like Trump Tower, 40 Wall Street, Mar-a-Lago, and golf resorts such as Trump National Doral. Golf alone accounts for more than $1 billion in value, with courses across the US, Scotland, and Ireland, serving as both playgrounds and revenue streams. In recent years, Trump Media and Technology Group, the parent company of Truth Social, has added another $2 billion on paper, though its valuation fluctuates with market enthusiasm. His investments in cryptocurrency and NFTs have also made headlines, with reports suggesting holdings worth over $2 billion. Add to that branding deals, licensing, and earnings from The Apprentice and his books, and Trump's financial empire is as diverse as it is debated. Philanthropy has also been part of Trump's story, though often framed through the lens of his brand and politics. He has donated to veterans' causes, including over $1 million to the Marine Corps Law Enforcement Foundation, as well as contributions to the Navy SEAL Foundation and Fisher House Foundation. In health, his giving has supported the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, Lupus Research Alliance, and the Susan G. Komen Foundation, among others. Closer to home, he has backed New York organizations like the United Way, the NYPD Athletic League, and the Ronald McDonald House. His $100,000 donation to the 9/11 Memorial Museum linked him to one of the nation's most significant commemorations. At the same time, his philanthropy has extended into politics and ideology, with contributions to conservative groups and religious associations reflecting his tendency to merge charity with influence. Behind the public figure lies the personal life that has kept tabloids busy for decades. Trump married Ivana Trump in 1977, and together they raised Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric, becoming one of the power couples of the 1980s before divorcing in 1992. His second marriage to Marla Maples produced a daughter, Tiffany, but ended in 1999. In 2005, he married Melania Trump, whose elegance contrasted with his brashness, And in 2006, they welcomed their son, Barron. Despite public scrutiny, Melania has remained a steady presence in his life. Today, Trump splits much of his time at Mar-a-Lago in Florida, which has become both a personal retreat and a political hub. From there, he continues to shape national debates, host high-profile events, and maintain a presence unlike any former president before him. Whether praised or criticized, Trump remains one of the most influential figures in modern American history, a man whose empire blends business with spectacle, politics with celebrity, and luxury with power. Love him or loathe him, Donald Trump's world is a reflection of his personality. Outsized, polarizing, and unforgettable. From the sprawling Seven Springs estate to the gilded penthouse in Manhattan, from the roaring engines of his private jets to the hush of his Westchester lakes, every facet tells the same story. A boy from Queens who built a life as bold and controversial as the skyscrapers that bear his name. To truly understand Trump's properties, it helps to think of them not only as residences or investments, but as extensions of his character. Every home, every skyscraper, every golf course serves as both a stage and a mirror. They are places where business is conducted, deals are sealed, and family holidays are celebrated. But they also double as symbols of his brand. When you walk through the gilded halls of Trump Tower or across the lawns of Seven Springs, you're not just seeing a house, you're seeing an idea of Donald Trump, curated and projected for the world. Seven Springs captures one version of that idea. The aristocratic landowner, master of a sprawling countryside retreat, where the quiet of lakes and meadows contrasts with the buzz of Manhattan. The estate hints at the Trump, who, despite his image as a showman, sometimes sought space away from the constant spotlight. It was here that his children grew up swimming in the pools, exploring the wooded trails, and learning to navigate the balance between private life and public attention. To them, Seven Springs wasn't just a property, it was home. To Trump, it was both sanctuary and showcase, a place where he could retreat, yet still impress. Trump Tower, by contrast, embodies his more familiar persona, the mogul in the city of steel and glass. Rising above Fifth Avenue, it is not only a residence but also a corporate headquarters, a retail destination, and a tourist attraction. Its atrium, with its indoor waterfall and mirrored finishes, became a backdrop for countless photo opportunities. Tourists who entered often left with souvenirs emblazoned with the Trump name, evidence of how the tower served as both real estate and branding machine. The penthouse, perched above it all, reinforced the mythology. Trump not only owned the tower, he lived in the clouds above it, ruling his empire from the heavens. Even his choice of cars and jets tells a story. The Rolls-Royce Phantom speaks of timeless elegance, the Lamborghini Diablo of flamboyant risk, the Camaro of patriotic flair. His private planes, especially the Boeing 757, function almost like flying stages, with every arrival choreographed as an event. For Trump, transportation has never been just about moving from point A to point B. It is about how you arrive, how you are seen, and how you are remembered. To land in Trump Force One is to make a statement before a word is spoken. Mar-a-Lago, his Florida estate, captures all of these contradictions in one place. Part private residence, part political headquarters, part members-only club. It is where Trump has spent much of his post-presidency life. The Palm Beach retreat has hosted world leaders, fundraising galas, and strategy meetings. It is a fortress of both lifestyle and influence, with ballrooms glittering under chandeliers while the ocean crashes just beyond manicured lawns. Like Seven Springs and Trump Tower, Mar-a-Lago is more than a property. It is a symbol, a place where personal life, business, and politics converge. Taken together, these elements form a portrait of a man who has spent his life blurring the lines between reality and spectacle, business and branding, personal life and public performance. To walk through Trump's world is to see not just the trappings of wealth, but the deliberate construction of an image. The estates, the jets, the gold, the towers, they are all chapters in the same story. A narrative of ambition, controversy, resilience, and reinvention. Whether admired as a self-made success or criticized as a master of excess, Donald Trump has built a life designed never to be ignored.